Vloggers.
And now we're good. All right, we have started.
Can we talk about the Jake Paul and the Mayweather drama, dude?
Jake Paul?
When I saw when they had that conference, right? So Logan, you know how the Logan Paul Mayweather was supposed to fight, but Jake Paul also was part of it too. With the
Oh,
with
go
the
on.
conference, right? And then Jake Paul was walking to Mayweather, talking all the crap about him. You know, all the stardom. You know, getting that hype with the drama when they start hyping up.
Uh-huh.
And then Jake Paul like took the hat. He's like, "Yoink!" Got the hat
He
and
said
just runs
yoink.
it off. Yeah,
Dude,
and
Jake
Mayweather,
Paul?
I don't know how he got so pissed of that, and then he start punching him, right?
Mayweather?
He put it, yeah, Mayweather socked his eye.
Oh no, I don't think it was Mayweather. I heard it was a what's it called? I heard it was a fucking security guard who did that.
Oh, okay, security guard did that. Let me see if I get the video.
didn't Jake Paul drive up to like Mayweather's second or something and throw trash at him out of the car?
That was Conor McGregor. Conor McGregor, yeah. Conor
Mhm.
McGregor was doing some press interview or he was talking to some people. So Jake Paul just rode up in like a truck or something.
Here's a video. I'll post you guys a video.
Jake Paul rode up in like his truck or something, right, to try and
Right
see what his reaction would be.
I posted the link that with the Mayweather and where they're brawling with Jake Paul. I only heard rumors. Like they're saying that Jake Paul put like a tattoo. Like, oh, I took Mayweather's hat. Haha, get me mad, bro. And like there was that one scene when there was like a one clip where Mayweather was like, "I'm gonna kill you,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna kill you," and he storms at Jake Paul.
Mm-hmm.
That shit was, dude. I think he got bro.
He
Like,
said, I think he
let me get
he grabbed Mayweather's hat, right? He grabbed Mayweather's hat, and he just kept saying, "I got your hat. I got your hat." He gets fucking slammed.
yeah, I got your hat.
Yeah, he gets
That's-
slammed by the fucking what's it
Yeah,
called?
Jake Paul's like, I got your hat. I got your hat.
He gets punched.
Yeah, that
he
sounds
gets
like the
punched by
most
the
piteous
fucking.
and fucking asshole thing you could
He gets
possibly
he
do
gets
in such
punched
shit.
by he gets punched by the fucking security guard hella hard that he ends up getting a black eye, and I think his nose was a little bit broken.
He said-
I mean,
He got so fucked up by a goddamn security guard that now he wants to go fight Floyd Mayweather. That like the kid is insane.
he's like, I'm gonna kill that motherfucker.
Cause
Like,
Floyd Mayweather does not was so pissed off that the fact that Jake Paul took his hat, or like first of all that Jake Paul confronted him in the beginning. So that one
Yeah.
made no sense to me. I don't understand why he confronted him.
But I think that now after that they're gonna do another conference, except that Jake Paul will be prohibited from entering. It'll be only Logan and Mayweather because of that incident. But I think people said my friend said that it was a good like publicity because it makes they stirring this shit up for so that thing's gonna rally up with this fight.
I really don't like Jake Paul, to be
I
honest.
know I
think
don't like Jake Paul,
he's,
but it
he both he and his brother are like in my opinion, they're like the definition of jock assholes.
But I
well,
heard,
yeah.
but I heard that Jake Paul made like a big redemption after like all the shit that he's been into. Not
It's
Jake
all
Paul, my bad.
publicity.
Logan
all
Paul.
publicity,
Logan Paul
though.
made like a big redemption
Logan,
after all the shit
Logan's
that
a
he's
little
been
bit
into.
better. Logan's a little bit more
That's what
mature,
I've
yeah.
heard.
But
He's-
Jake
yeah.
Jake is
Jake
still the
Paul-
same immature little shit that he's
Jake
always
Paul
been.
reminds me of the Miz, except the Miz is a little bit more respectable. Do you guys know who the Miz is?
No.
I don't
The
know.
man from WWE. He's like supposed to be this handsome ass motherfucker, right? Who doesn't give a shit about anything in WWE. That's who Jake Paul reminds me of. However, for some reason, Jake Paul just believes he believes he's the main character in almost every situation and like interaction he's been in at the moment.
I mean, that's like every ever MMA fighter. They act like they were on the top dogs.
And that's most jocks in a nutshell. I can
Yeah.
count so many of them at my school.
I think you're talking too general, Percy. I think Jake
But I'm
Paul
just
is
saying, I
the
don't
most-
know why.
the most, like-
you can talk about that. He was crying when he got punched by the fucking security guard. If you look at a video,
He's a little
he
bitch.
ended up
He had
crying
it
about
coming.
it.
Dude, he
he had
had it
it.
coming. He
He
had
got
it
it
coming.
coming. You can't just steal someone's
You can't-
hat.
Dude,
Like that's some first grade shit.
he went all
like
up in
grabbing
personal
someone's
with him and
hat.
shit. Yeah, it was so
But if
fucking
I
weird.
if I see the bigger picture, I think it makes more like free social media, more publicity.
What was weird to me as well was the fact that so the funny thing that happened right afterward. As soon as he got socked by the security guard, the first thing that he said was that he got his hat right. When he was crying and being dragged away, he kept saying, "I got your hat." The guy
I
got
think
brain damage so hard, he just kept repeating, "I got your hat" over and over
He's-
again, and he sounded like he was fucking crying so badly. That's how bad it was.
I don't
Honestly,
know.
I would if I were in any way, shape, or form like associated with Jake Paul, I would probably try to distance myself so fast because
Yeah,
he's like who is target demographics at this point? It's not little kids,
it's not.
teenagers. I don't think so.
No,
His
It's not.
demographic is now the 20-year-olds who are like who just want to see him suffer at that point.
So it's other jocks basically.
It's other
Yeah.
jocks.
Yeah.
If you go to any
Jo-
if you go to any social media that has people like defaming Jake Paul, they're all like, "That's why you're jealous," and I'm like, no one's jealous of this fucking prick. He's just an asshole, and people are pointing it out, and you just don't want to admit to the fact that he's an asshole. That you're supporting a fucking
jocks
asshole.
be jocks these days, you know.
Yeah, dude. Jocks are probably one. Like they're not the worst. And they're not
To
like
be-
inherently bad people,
be-
but they're just
The
they're
ones
just such a pain to deal
I
with.
feel-
yeah, the
I
ones
feel
that are
like-
the worst are the ones who think they're all god and shit. Like there are some jocks, right, who understand that like they're jocks, but they don't want to like come off it that way, so they try to be respectful. But you have
To-
people like Jake Paul who just don't
No,
give a
like
fuck.
he's in, there's a guy in my economics class at community college who's a jock, and literally every time he interrupts the class every 2 fucking seconds.
Why?
And he whenever someone says something and he's like, oh, and then he starts like he basically tries to bait people into saying something like that they don't actually mean. Like for example, like when they talk about economics and how it disproportionately affects a certain group or something, and then he's like, and then he baits either the teacher or like another student into saying something like that sounds slightly racist, and then hold them against it. Like
Wow.
Wait, is he he
That's-
wants people to say
that's-
something that's racist in some way?
right, he basically baits you into saying either personal stuff or
It's like-
he goats you a lot basically.
It's
And
like
people like that. And then he always interferes in shit that he really shouldn't. Like whenever someone's talking about, like he's one of those like hardcore atheists that has to say that he's an atheist to anyone.
He's a hardcore like he just tells everyone I
How-
don't believe in
how
God
does
or
the
whatever.
professor just kick him out? How?
Because he actually does good in class, which I think is mostly because of cheating. Because he always has this group of 5 girls that follow him around at all times.
5 girls.
And-
Are you
and
back in class?
all those girls are like usually pretty smart.
Are you
Huh?
back in class? 40?
They are. I decided to not go back
Yeah.
because I knew he was gonna go. But I have him in another class, which is British literature, and the teacher, this is most of the teacher's fault. The teacher is so fucking incompetent that he basically gives him the keys to the class and he runs it basically.
You know,
That's
this
so
is
fucked,
what
bro.
I like
There's
about
some-
professors
for
doesn't
me-
give a fuck,
oh
but
my
also
God.
I hate about it.
I'm not
I
a teacher, but like I'm a classroom monitor slash
They
substitute,
should
and
not
it's,
give a fuck and
it's
just
like
kick him out. Like, honestly, they have power. Like, I mean, I'm glad professors have power. They can just kick people out, but I don't like it in the same time.
I think
Because
I mean,
they
for
abuse it.
me, if I were to deal with high school kids, I think I don't know how to point it out, but I think I would probably like make them feel extremely bad as fuck. Where they'll be all like, but I got the answer right, and I was like, yeah, but you keep talking to everybody in the fucking classroom. Can you please sit your ass down next time? Like, on God, stop talking
It's
to
not
people.
even that.
Please sit down.
It's the blatant disregard that fucking like that I hate. Like for example, there was this one guy it was after class. He's talking with the professor about how he cooks at home, and I was doing the beef Wellington, and this guy asked him like, "Have you tried soup?" And he's like, "I don't like soup." And the dude like tried, and from that point on, the dude bullies that poor guy about soup, and like tries, "Oh, do you like jam? And do you like?" And he's like, "Do you like jam? And do you like this other thing?" I was like, "Well, there you go. You like soup then." And he's like, "No, I don't like soup. You don't understand. I just don't like it." He's like, "Why do you not like it? Try it." And he's like, "Dude, just fucking back off. It's none of your fucking business. But he's also one of those two-faced motherfuckers that.
Mhm.
But that on the outside popular, he's very popular. He's very extroverted. Everyone likes him. He got voted to be like.
The
He got
jog?
voted to be. Yeah, he got voted to become like the school PNMA finalist, which is basically the person above valedictorian. Which is like the ideal student, the model student. But if you meet him if you talk to him face to face, and if he decides to be a dickhead to you, he is by far the worst person I have seen in my life.
But like,
Like,
what is so? So he's defending
like
the argument of soup,
no,
right?
He told the teacher to go fuck himself just the other day. in
Why?
private.
Why?
And I was the only one who heard it. Yeah, because he's an asshole.
What?
He doesn't like the teacher.
That's so stupid.
Because he went back to school, right? And he just keeps he's doing his bullshit where he's trying to make the teacher look racist, or he's trying to basically be a little dickhead by talking in class and interrupting, and then
did the professor
the teacher
did anything, or the teacher did anything about this? Like,
no, the teacher can't do anything because he's a high school teacher.
oh, I thought it was the professor.
And also because
What
he's
you can
such a
do
popular
is scream
kid,
at him.
But because he's such a
that.
popular kid, he can't touch him. That's the thing.
What?
That's the worst part
What
about
does him
it.
being popular has to do with anything, though?
Because my school's fucking retarded.
I hate special kids.
Oh my god!
Like
Special kids.
I'm not gonna.
All right, no. Like the people who favor like the most.
The
like,
favoritism, the nepotism inside the classroom or some shit, or like the favoritism.
Yeah, like okay, I would treat anyone equal. I still call you an asshole, a Percy asshole, anybody asshole, right? It just depends on what I feel like it. I'm not like picking favors, all right? But to be honest, like I don't understand if he favors it and he's an asshole. Can anyone else just collectively like?
Sounds
all
to
the
me
teachers-
that you're being favoritism right now.
Well, no. Here's the thing. He only a few select teachers really don't like him.
Yeah.
And then the rest, it's like a gray area, or they really fucking like him, like that. Like my literature class.
Yeah.
I
honestly feel bad that you're that teacher that like gets pummelized. Like he doesn't get he doesn't get paid, and that's yearly wage.
Here's the teacher. The teacher is isn't any like the teacher is also kind of a dickhead sometimes. Like he kind of is. Like I one time crashed my computer and had a test in the middle of the test, and I joined back and tell him, "Hey, my computer crashed. Can I get like a little bit of extra time?" He's like, "Oh no, sorry, man. I can't. It's tough luck. Deal with it." And when I ended up doing good regardless, he called me. He accused me of cheating when I clearly didn't.
When you did good either way, dude, that's so fucked.
Yeah, and then like he's a government teacher and is like super liberal and tries to ham fist liberal propaganda in your face.
I think that's the problem when it comes to taking any type of government class, because the teacher always needs to be unbiased and just give you the facts and stuff. They can give you an opinion, right? Of course they can give you an opinion, but they have to at least state that what they're saying right now is just an opinion-based statement.
I mean, to be honest, he's really liberal, but at least when he does his lectures aren't biased. His lectures are fine. It's just that whenever we have like discussions, you can clearly see that he's super liberal and he's admitting it. The sucky thing about it is whenever we have class discussions, he tends to like shut down any opposition. Like he prefers to only hear liberal.
That's the part when you're not supposed to be liberal. That's the part when you're having a class discussion, you listen to both sides, but people have been so like they don't want to listen.
I don't care enough. I don't participate in them to begin with. I really couldn't give a shit.
If I were to be in that situation, I'll be if I was a teacher or at least the class monitor in that situation, I'll be listening and being like, that makes sense.
Well, there is no class monitor. There's only TAs maybe from time to time.
Yeah.
I can be.
We don't have class monitors here.
I think you guys don't because you guys are.
And most of the teachers at my school have been there for 20 years plus.
No, like are they back? Are they all back into school? Is what I'm saying. The only reason why
all of the teachers are, not all those students.
The only reason why a teacher would get a class monitor is because most of the teachers are not back in school.
No, everyone's
That's
back.
why I'm here. I'm like a class monitor / substitute, so it's like both.
I had a teacher. I told you, Percy, but
Mm-hmm.
I took honors government, and I regret it so much because that like you said, 40. This guy was super liberal at the same time, and he
Dude,
also favored this one senior that I knew. Do you know Sujay, Percy?
Sujay, the British dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What about him?
He favored him the most.
Why?
I don't know. I think because he's British. Anyone likes?
Because he's British, he started favoring
Yeah,
him.
they were all the classmates. Like I'm friends with him, right? Because I was friends with him that time, and I was having so much fun talking to him. But like everybody else, just humble my ass and just talk to this British person. It's like, wow, what's it like being British in Britain? I'm like, dude. And then when we try to discuss about it, and when I say something, no one give a shit. It's just like doesn't make sense. And at that time, I started to hate politics because no one cared about my feelings except for that. Except for CJ.
But a bunch of
But
people in the
see,
UK are pretty dumb from time to time.
but I mean, CJ. I see at least CJ care about me.
Wasn't there
At least CJ
the
care about me.
what is
That's why I love him the most.
here? Look, I'm dumb because I don't remember it either. I'm like extremely dumb. 40. What is that pact that they had? The UN, I think. The
The
UK
EU?
voted. The EU. The UK voted to leave the
Brexit.
EU. Brexit.
Mhm.
Most. If you seen the interviews, right? Of people saying, so why'd you vote to leave to exit exit Brexit or stuff like that, right? Most most of the people were all like, "Oh, I didn't know they were actually gonna do it," and the interview was all like,
funny.
"What?"
It's funny. It's funny. That's exactly how the people who like first proposed it were like. The people who first proposed it were doing it as some sort of political stunt because they're like the conservative isolationist party or some shit like that, like the UK First Party or some shit. And they're like, we're gonna leave, and then they won the first referendum, and they're like, well, shit, we actually have to do it now. And now they end up losing. UK is losing a lot of money because of that partnership, and it's
do you have a license for that?
Cause he was gonna, cause the fucking, it was so funny looking at the interviews. They're all like, "Are you gonna leave? Like, you voted to leave the EU."
Dude, it was
I-
funny. It was funny.
Brexit.
I remember their prime minister was at like local to state. I don't remember what happened, but there was a big crew, um, outside of his house wanting to speak with him, and he comes
Yeah.
out with like a tray of tea. He's like, anyone want some tea?
Oh my god!
Cup of
Wait! I think I feel like
Go on.
UK they do. I feel like they do talk trash each other. I heard at meetings that the UK they talk so much shit to each other. Like they don't give a fuck.
Oh, dude, I've
They,
seen
like,
it. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I want to be sitting down and watch them. I would drink tea and biscuits. Watch them. I would join their citizenship just to sit down and watch the shit go down.
It's usually
because this
it's all
one-
on
this one
YouTube.
government-
I can't-
Yeah, I know. It's this one government is like, shut your whore mouth, you bitch. Sit down, bitch.
Here's what usually happens. Like this happens in like Canadian Parliament too. Like you usually have the two people who's like they're like honorary something and then they say something and then the other one replies and it progressively gets more hostile and then both sides just start screaming at one another.
This is something that the governors should talk, but they have no balls to talk to say it because this whole USA country has to get a butt cream because the asses are getting butthurt from being so misogynistic or being racist or doing this one.
Being
And
racist
I'm
and all
like,
that.
it's just like why can't things be so interesting? I'd be so interested in politics if things are like that in UK.
It's because they have committees that put rules.
I know they put
everywhere.
rules. I know.
Which honestly, I like. Yeah, I mean,
It's
it'd
kind
make
of
for a
boring.
good it'd make for a good reality show. But
It'd be so
I think-
fucking hilarious.
I think most of the stuff that happens in politics makes a good reality show. That's why they have, well, before Kevin Spacey was like outed, fucking House of Cards was pretty good.
Yeah.
And then Kevin Spacey
Yeah,
got
I don't,
added,
I
so
don't,
then they
I
had
don't
to
even know if
switch up.
I don't even know
They had
if
to switch up the whole format.
I don't even know if like being a politician is like a job that like
Like a luxury.
House of Cards,
how
literally,
back in the
literally,
day,
the entire.
if you were a politician or representative, you were like the best, like one of the better human beings, and there was like some sort of like glory to the job.
Not every person you be better. Even if you're president, you're not a better person because there's mistakes you fall down regardless what you do.
Well, president should act with a higher degree of standard than everybody else. They should and must probably act.
But there's more power than just being the president, right? At least in the States.
Yeah, like how
For
Trump.
example, Dick Cheney did so much shit, and no matter if he was a vice president.
What do you mean? Say again.
Dick Cheney had way more power than Bush at the time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it depends
Dick
on
Cheney's
the state.
Incredible bastard.
But isn't state power? State power is different. Federal. It's gotta be different, right?
Yeah, federal. Yeah, like for example, the president is mostly like foreign policy. He's the one who takes care of most of that.
Speaking of
whenever he could tell the vice president.
Speaking of the president, why the fuck is North Korea being such an asshole right now? Especially Putin as well.
So basically, look at it this way.
Like they're upset with Biden because Biden's trying to help out, or like I don't know what the hell Biden's doing.
But think of it this way: the way North Korea basically has been doing for the past decades.
Okay.
Is they can't sustain themselves. So what they do is they have a process that they repeat every so few years, where they start up a lot of drama and they get attention from people again, and because of that, a lot of like international organizations or South Korea will send shipments of supplies to North Korea so that the people don't starve to death. But then they take that and just stockpile it for the oligarchy. And then they go quiet, and then when they need more shipments because they can't sustain their own economy, they do it again.
Like a cycle.
That makes sense.
It's like a cycle.
Speaking of foreign places, did you hear that China launched like a test rocket or something, and now they just don't know where the fuck it's at? Did you hear that?
Probably somewhere in Taiwan.
I'm not lying. So China, I need to. All right, I gotta like.
How could you not track your fucking missile? It's like saying that you throw like an airplane, like a paper airplane, and say you don't know where it's at, where you cannot see it. How can you not track your paper airplane, bro? It's like.
Is it? Oh, is it a spaceship or is it?
No. So China launched a rocket. I think it was meant for space travel, right, or something like that.
It's too big for like a regular conventional missile.
Yeah, I did not read the article correctly, right? Or I didn't read the article at all. All I saw was the headline, and then a bunch of people talking about it on TikTok or whatever. Fuck. But apparently, China launched a rocket up in the sky,
probably satellite
through
rocket.
the atmosphere, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now it's coming down, but nobody knows where the fuck it's at. Not even China. They just completely lost. The reason why they can't track it, right, is because it's going too fast for their GPS to actually even locate exactly where it's at.
Great. Now we had to find an incoming missile somewhere in the world.
It probably will disintegrate before it gets back down.
Yeah, it probably disintegrates, but like then again,
if it doesn't, yeah. But then the shards are probably gonna go hit somebody.
Like,
I don't know who it's gonna hit, but it's gonna hit somebody.
It's gonna hit.
I don't think it will.
But I mean, it said they lost track and they don't know what it's at.
Did you look it up?
They don't know if it's already up or if it's.
I mean, it could be drifting in space.
Yeah, it could.
It's probably not even in space. I don't think they had enough fuel to even launch it like through like the different atmospheres.
Well, so basically, there are planes.
Go on.
And usually they'll probably just have the planes probably shoot rockets at it to destroy it if it comes down. But that's unlikely. 'Cause I don't think.
But it's going too fast for them to even locate it. So even
Yeah,
if they
but if
try
it's
to,
going too
Right, but
fast,
so even if
it
they
could
try to
it
shoot it
could hit
down, they
it
don't
could
even
hit
know where it's
multiple.
at in the first place.
Eventually, radar will pick it up.
Yeah.
They will.
No, I'm
It
saying
will
the
stoop
radar.
low
I'm
enough.
saying the radar is able to pick it up. It's just that it's going too fast to locate it precisely. Like they know the general area, right? I believe is what they're
Mhm.
saying. They know like where the general area is at, but they just don't know precisely where it's at.
So I don't think it's gonna
Well,
hit. Then it's up in
they'll, they'll,
space.
they'll probably have their air defense shoot it down or something.
Yeah.
Worst case.
No, but yeah, so
Hopefully,
that was like the
Oh,
top headline I
assuming
saw
they
like
found it.
on when I was
it's
scrolling
gonna
through
land in
Reddit
an
or something
ocean,
like
and then
that.
it's gonna be everybody else's problem
If
Mm-hmm.
it lands in the ocean,
because
is
they don't
that
care about
like
pollution.
if somebody were to go in there and scavenge all of that, can they sell it off for parts or something?
Probably.
Probably, yeah.
What do you gain from it though?
Money.
What are you from selling it?
No, like not money. I'm saying like how much is like a test rocket worth?
Well, no, I mean, I remember the
Even
Malaysian
if it
flight
is sold by
370.
scraps.
Like, remember the Malaysian flight 370? I think it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, I think it was 370. Basically, a lot of I think a few of the whenever it crashed, a few of its parts ended up being in an island next to Madagascar,
Madagascar?
and yeah, not Madagascar. There's small islands around it. It's like a tiny ass island. But the people who apparently found it and like they submitted it to the rescue team, and I think they got paid for it.
Mm.
Hmm. Uh, I guess it's more cheaper to get all the shit that's been breaking out because it's better off just rebuilding it that same piece than rebuilding a no whole set, which is gonna be tons of money.
Mm,
I mean, I'm just saying it's a cheaper way in my. I'm just saying,
no,
but
but
I could be.
because then you don't have standardization, and that's the last thing.
I
That's
mean,
the last thing.
they can grab all the scraps and then
Yeah, but something's gonna break, and you're gonna need to make a new part for it, and then you don't know if that part is gonna be uniform to everything. I
Okay,
mean,
this is
most like
this is a
considering how badly you fucked up, they're probably just gonna make a new fucking thing.
they
okay. This
probably
is a
will.
bad moment to say, but I gotta go use the restroom. I'll be right back. You guys just keep talking. I'll go pee. This is all I'm gonna do. I'll be right back.
I don't know about rockets. I'm not a professional with this. I'm just thinking of my
Yeah, I
knowledge.
don't want
That is
to. I
more
mean,
more
unless it's one of those Elon Musk rockets that's reusable, I doubt they'll ever try and use the parts
I
again.
doubt China will have that type of technology yet to get to that shit.
Well, I
And
don't think they'll even give a shit.
they probably won't give a shit. It's China. Who with the dead?
Mm-hmm.
Speaking who don't give a fuck. You know, uh, do you saw the video that I posted about with the jumping people for sports cars now?
Where?
With all so apparently, you know how like Pokemon cards are getting more popular, right?
Yeah.
So since things are so popular, right, and it's Corona, people there's a lot of scavengers. There's a lot of people who want to get for money because times are tough, I guess. And every Friday nowadays, if you go to Target, right, if you look at Pokemon cards or any other sports cards, you will not see it because there are a lot of people who scavenge it every morning. So if you look at the Twitter, there's a video of guys that beating up a Target person like there and every Friday because stuff they want to get like all they're like scavengers. They just want to scalp much of them and then sell off at the highest prices. And
Mm-hmm.
now there's a new policy that Target and other Walmart and etc. other stuff they sell Pokemon cards, they or cards in general, they're gonna they're gonna shut it down for now because this shit is getting out of hand. And
Right.
when they try to regulate it, it gets worse because people are beating up each other for cards.
Right, and that's again scalping is a gray area. You could
Yeah,
scalp to be like
yeah.
you could.
I'm not saying scalping is a bad thing. I'm not.
He's saying as long as here's the thing. I don't really have an absolute issue with scalping unless you're scalping like someone's like unless you like bare necessities that you need to live. If you're scalping like shit like food or like again, I think toilet paper was one of those or hand sanitizer back early pandemic. yeah, I've got kind of an issue for that because you need that to make sure you're safe
Yeah,
and
yeah.
fit and good.
If it's
But
necessity, that's a different.
but when you're going to the lengths of beating up somebody, then that's a violation of someone's privacy, and it's
Yeah,
just fucking being an asshole.
yeah.
Now,
Target.
well,
There's a lot of
mhm,
people with Target that just didn't just quit because of that. Because people,
right,
because people are. I hear people are. There's one incident. Um, one of the Target employees was getting tracked because someone put a track under the car and they just follow them around just so that when they're gonna stock it up, they be ready. That's how crazy people are going right now.
that's fucking
And
illegal. That shit.
people are actually camping too. And there's like a paper.
Shit like that would always happen whenever you have something new that's trending.
It's of course I'm not saying like trending is gonna be the bad thing. It's just getting off. It's getting out of hand at this point.
Right, right. I mean,
They're
people are
like
just being fucking stupid at this point.
heck. There's I think there's a one news about in Skyline. Um, a 56-year-old man, a Target employee, got shot or stabbed
Yeah, no,
by a
yeah.
22-year-old. I don't know why, what the reason, but I feel like that leads to cards. People are crazy
Probably
sometimes.
no.
I just
I mean,
I don't
it's. I think
I
it's
mean it
something to
can,
do in.
I say there's
Mhm.
many factors to it. It's just sad to like right now we're getting to it, but I'm glad
I
that
mean,
like
it's
people.
it's
I think
almost it's almost become a generational thing where people just don't give a shit about one another, just so they can get their own selfish desires in a way. Like I've noticed this is like something this generation has a lot of. Like
like a
I don't.
jealousy.
Probably has something to do with social media or like the disregard for
I mean, it
others,
is. Yeah.
social norm breakdowns.
Mm, right.
But when you like go ahead and like scalp all you want. I mean I don't really give a shit, but I'm sure other people do give a shit. So
I don't really
um,
give a shit. I'm just like, that sucks for me. That's all
right.
I'm
it,
gonna
it
say.
it sucks, but it's not gonna be like oh it's the end of it for me.
No, it's not really end of me. It's just that unfortunate I can't get it.
Right, and that's the part of it, that's kind of fucked up. It's kind of a dickhead thing for them to do. But when you start shooting people or hurting people, then
Yeah,
that's when.
when things are getting out of hand that involves with violence for this, I think this is where we can draw the line and say, okay,
I mean, aren't like sites like G2A where people buy something in bulk and then no, actually no,
like
that no, no, no.
remember the PS5
What about the PS5?
and people scalp a lot of shit from that.
They're still doing that. They're still scalping it.
The people are
Yeah.
still
You
scalping
go to
that.
Craigslist right now. I believe, like the first 2 weeks that the fucking consoles released, there is a post on Facebook showing a guy who had bought like 50 PlayStation 5s and like 25 Xbox Series, and people were buying what the fuck he was selling. I think he sold them for like $1,000 each.
That's fucking how. Like, I mean,
I
here's the
don't
thing.
know. I think it's because he was using a
I
fucking
said
VPN or whatever.
I said this to Tuan, but again, but if people are scalping stuff that's like again an Xbox or Pokemon cards,
I don't give
I don't necessarily give much of a shit or like isn't aren't too upset about it.
I'm not
Well,
upset.
now when you're scalping shit like food or bare necessities that you need on a day to day basis, that's when you fucking cross the line
Do you
because
remember?
people
Yeah,
need that.
Do you
yeah,
remember the
yeah.
first time the coronavirus hit and
Yeah, toilet paper and sanitization.
people were buying the fuck out of hand sanitizers and shit like that?
Yep.
There was a guy on Amazon who bought like a shit ton of hand sanitizer
think
because at
there's
the
a
time
Chris.
I think they were like before it
I
hit
wrote
right it was
I
like
wrote on
around $5 each or something to get like a nice big gallon of it. He bought a shit ton and then he was starting to sell them on his own through
I
Amazon
think
Right.
himself.
And that's kind of where it turns into the
And I was
fucked
I
up
like,
wrote
thing.
what
about
the
that on
fuck?
Amazon. No, I wrote it on Amazon before. I'm
And
trying.
I think at least here they made it so that you can only buy 1 or 2 hand sanitizer bottles,
Mm-hmm.
like when you go in person.
Well, that, when you go in person,
Yeah, no. If you went like around summer, if you went to like a Target or a Best Buy and you tried to get a hand sanitizer, you would be restricted to only like 1 or 2 bottles of it.
Oh yeah, dude, I fucking remember that shit. I like right now. I think only certain areas still do that, but at the moment it was like fucking so
It
weird.
was super strict.
Yeah, that and toilet paper. It was like 1 bag of toilet paper and that's it.
I can.
I
Actually,
don't think
you
in
know-
my
you know,
area. I don't think in my
surprisingly,
area in Virginia we didn't get
surprising- you know
affected
what's
by that.
you
at
know
all.
what still has that problem? Baby wipes. Baby wipes still has that issue, at least here.
Not in my area. In my area we're
Not
fine.
in my area. Everybody was taking off the toilet paper. I had to wipe with tissues.
Nobody. No, John. Where are you shopping? Because where I was shopping, we didn't run out
No,
of toilet
but I'm
paper.
talking about like when toilet paper is out. I couldn't find it on BJ's or.
That's
any other-
disgusting. Using fucking like Bounty Ultra Soft to wipe your fucking ass? Hell
No,
no.
tissues. I'm using tissue paper. to
No,
wipe
that's even
myself.
worse.
I don't.
Like the tissue
I don't-
paper is meant for sneezing.
Well, I use it. Okay.
It's not meant
And
for a thick layer of shit.
I don't give a fuck. I had no choice. Okay. You gave me no option. I had everything is out at this point.
Do you not buy? I think the thing that you can buy in a massive amount of quantity, right, would probably be toilet paper and food. Because the moment you run out of toilet paper, what the fuck are you gonna use? You can use the napkins and stuff, but that's over at the table. You can.
You know
use
what
the
I used to
fucking
use? You know those. You know that.
paper
You know
towels?
those. You know those big. Those paper towels that like are pretty fucking thick.
The Bounty
big.
Ultra Soft.
Not ultra soft. No, these are hard. Like the ones that like will probably rip your ass if you wipe with them.
It's like sandpaper. So you got
The
sandpaper from
ones
Home
that
Depot.
would probably rip
So you
your
bought
ass.
sandpaper from Home
That's
Depot?
fantastic. That's an amazing fucking. That's amazing. I didn't. Oh my god, man. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, you gotta do what you gotta do.
But at that point, you gotta.
if you use ultra soft, then you're probably gonna like break the fuck. You're probably gonna your fingers are probably gonna break through it and have a finger full of shit.
Dude,
So I'd rather just
that's why
be
I
safe.
don't understand. That's why I don't understand Stwan's area. What he says. I use
Yeah, I use-
napkins. Napkins are not. Napkins are like the fucking softest, thinnest shit ever. And you end up buying.
What else
that.
could you use? If I don't have
Fucking
toilet paper,
something else.
You
You
like,
are-
I mean,
like
you
paper.
Are you
I mean,
alone?
you was
Are you alone in the house in this situation, Twan? Get in the shower.
I'm not getting in the shower. I don't.
Get in
I
the
mean,
shower,
you could
and then
I
that's
have
it.
could
no
probably-
issue. I have no
you
issue
could- you
using
could probably-
tissue paper.
Yeah,
I
you
have no
could, you
issue
could you could probably use tissue paper, but you'd probably need like put a few of them on top of one another so they're thick enough.
Unless your shit is that big, Percy.
How are
then
you
that's your
shitting?
issue. My issue was not even bad.
Would you?
Would
you- could
do
you-
you use Twan? Do you use them one at a time, or do you like stack them up and then do it?
I used like 3 and then forward it and then wipe.
There you go.
Okay,
Extra
yeah,
layer,
okay,
extra
that's
layer
like,
on layer,
at least
extra
you-
layer on layer. But then at that point, you're just wasting a shit ton of paper.
Shut the.
I'm just kidding.
I
I'm
had
just
nothing
kidding.
else to use at that time. Okay.
I know. That's
You,
why I'm saying
Percy,
I'm kidding. That's why I'm saying I'm
Be
kidding.
in my situation. You be on the toilet. You have nothing else. You have no toilet, no napkin.
If I was in that situation and I was home alone and I didn't have
You-
anything around,
I have
I would
family.
fucking jump into
my
the
family's
shower.
at home all day.
then you had no excuse. Just be all like, "Mom, come pass me another fucking toilet paper."
We didn't have toilet paper, Percy.
Oh, okay.
What the fuck you don't understand?
Okay.
Okay, could you do it like a piece of a piece of cloth that you didn't fucking like and then
I'm
maybe
not
clean it?
getting our own cloth to soup
Hell
my
no.
shit.
Like fucking
Hell-
towels?
Okay,
Hell no.
If I was,
If
if,
it-
I did
If
not
it came
want to use
down
the
to that
toilet,
situation, that towel is going straight into the garbage bin after I'm
Yeah,
done. That's
yeah,
I'm not even gonna
abso-fucking-
clean it up or anything. That shit's going
You
straight
know,
into
you
the
know,
fucking
you know
garbage
what
bin.
happened
I'm
to
not
me
dealing
one
with
day? I was playing video games and then my mom comes into is like, "Hey, Garo,
Let's play video games.
take off your shirt."
that. Garo.
And you know, quick. Yeah.
she did not.
And I take off my shirt. I'm like, okay, what do you need it for? And it was like one of those comfy shirts that you don't wear outside. You mostly wear it only when you're at home. And I really liked it
Dude. I got
because it was
fucking-
oversized and like full
Yeah.
of cloth that I
I
like.
got-
Yeah.
And
got-
and then she takes it. She uses it for cleaning, and I'm over here dying on the inside. I'm like, bruh.
Oh, she didn't even say what she was using it for until she did the action. Oh my god. For me, it's almost the same, just a little bit different. My mom, what she does from time to time is that she'll look at what I'm wearing. She'll notice that I've been wearing it for like a day or two, right? She's all like, Percy, take it off. And I'm like, okay. I take it off. I give it to her, and she just throws it into the laundry. I'm all like, but I'm still fucking wearing it. I can do, like, I'm like, shit. But then at that point, I'm all like, well, she's cleaning it, so I guess I can't complain.
I don't know.
You know what? You know what I really like to wear at home. I really like to wear the school PE issued shorts.
Hell
It's
no,
so
I
fucking
got
comfy.
too fat.
Well,
Because
oh,
when
my-
you were talking about baggy stuff, when you were talking about baggy stuff,
Even if I did get too fat, they
Yeah.
they have like they have elastics, so it's like they would
I know,
they just adapt.
dude. My freshman year, shorts. I used that shit all the way up until like sophomore year.
Dude, I'm using my freshman shorts to this day.
Here's the thing though.
I'm
When you
a
were talking
senior
about
now.
here's the thing though. When you were talking about comfy clothes and stuff like that you just don't want to wear outside, there is a comfy sweater that I have over there in my closet, right? When I used to put it on a couple months ago, there was like a lot of room for me to do whatever I want. Right now, I go over there and I put it on, and it's like, dude, I fucking gained a shit ton of weight. My mom was all like, Percy, because she looked at me with a white shirt on. She's like, Percy, you look bad. You gotta go to the gym again. I was like, yeah, I know.
I
'cause
don't know
I
about
see-
you. I don't
see.
know.
I used to be a big like sweatshirt and sweatpants guy last year.
Yeah.
But now I'm just not feeling them anymore.
I don't know about mine because I'm wearing like my middle school gym shirt.
Mhm.
I still can wear it to this day.
Like here's the thing. Okay.
Go on.
What size is this?
From
See what-
using shorts and t-shirt any day, even if it's snowing outside, I would still wear it to school. And I went to that was sophomore year. And junior year, I started wearing
Shorts?
sweatpants and sweatshirts.
Oh my days.
And now I'm mostly like a t-shirt and jeans guy. Like
For an dude, you're just like
Are
me.
you one of those
For an
guys that wear
entire-
like shirts?
You're just like me. For an entire sophomore year, I just wore nothing but sweatpants. I would wear a sweatpants that actually fit me. I would wear like a little bit bigger, and then I would wear like an extra big long sweatpants, like the ones that you would see on rappers back in the 2000s.
My junior year, I had probably like 5 sweatpants I would rotate through, and sometimes I would go an entire week just wearing that one sweatpant, like inside the house and outside the house. It was nasty as fuck.
I rarely wear jeans.
Mhm.
Most of the time, my high school year,
Mhm.
I would wear the sweatpants, like the
Mhm.
black one and the gray. I sometimes wear jeans before, but nowadays I'm getting like very big.
Mhm.
I guess
Yeah.
I can wear jeans depending if we're not like running around or stuff.
I can wear
Unless
jeans.
we're just hanging out.
I can wear jeans and I can run in my jeans. My jeans are
Yeah.
like my jeans fit me well, and I can run in them and do whatever I want with them.
Yeah.
But I
the
still-
one
but I'm
the
still
one
fucking
the one
fat.
type of clothing, that I hate with my guts is cargo
Mhm.
shorts specifically,
Yeah.
but like cargo pants too. Cargo pants I wear only at my job.
Cargo pants? Why?
I don't.
I feel like in that area it would be so
cargo
fine to
pants-
wear jeans or something, not fucking cargo
I know,
pants.
but those cargo pants are designed to be on all black, and they have to be all black, and they're issued to you, so you have to wear them.
I mean, I wore my sweatpants when I went to work for my.
Yeah, no, but keep in mind this is a theater where we're not supposed to be seen at all. We're supposed to work behind the scenes doing the stage stuff. That's why.
The stage stuff.
Then you just wear like all black, you become a ninja.
Pretty much. That's the whole gist of the uniform.
Yeah.
That's so weird.
Like black shoes, black cargo pants,
Yeah.
shirt, a black belt.
Like everything.
Just black everything. Just like
Yeah.
let it
Right,
all.
but we didn't have any black workers, so.
Oh my god, bro. Yeah. I was talking to Twan about this like earlier. Like the things that I have around my house is just black everything for some reason. I think I just
told him that
levitate more
he
to
said
black.
it's
You
better
know-
than
you know-
all black.
I have a black
at my
Wi-Fi.
s- at
I
my
have a black
school.
Wi-Fi router. I have a black printer, black laptop, black keyboard.
I mean, they're just good. The black is just a good color.
It's a nice
Like,
sleek color.
you can't go wrong with it. That's the thing.
I told Twan, I was like, if
No,
you ever
she
seen
said
one of those old school
Okay.
like 2000s dystopian films, or even like dystopian films now, most of the stuff is all white. But in my place, I got everything black. Just saying.
Well, I have a white table, so
I even have a fucking black desktop. I love
I have
it. It looks so nice for me.
Yeah, my laptop that I'm using right now is also.
My old 360 is black. My Xbox One X is black, and the Series X when I buy it.
See,
I
this
don't
is
know
the
when,
this is the
it's gonna be
Series
black.
S. Not the Series. Does the Xbox One S come in a black color?
No, at least I don't
Okay,
think so.
There's only a white one.
Yeah. So when it comes
Here's
to
the thing. Although I will say this, I really like the Xbox One controller that has the triggers black, but it has like the front white.
where have you been seeing this controller? How come I haven't seen that?
You want me to share my screen and see it?
Where are you seeing this?
Yeah.
Because my controller, what I did was I ended up buying just fucking what's it called? I ended up buying the new black controllers, the one that has a share button on it. And let me tell you, that controller it feels amazing, but I keep pressing the share button every time I want to press the fucking select button
yeah,
or start.
Here, this is the controller I was
40.
talking about.
If you were to go to my
oh, I know that.
notice how
Yeah,
he's
that's
not
the
showing
one.
his face.
I have a black. I mean, I don't have a
You
console.
look like
I don't,
shit right now.
I don't have a console, but I have a black mouse.
40,
I
you look
do
like
have a
hammered
white
shit.
mouse. But I do have a white mouse, but it's the special one. It's the one with the.
No, my mouse and my mouse pad is also black.
Yeah, my mouse.
Yeah,
and
but
my mouse
my
pad are black.
mouse.
I
my
have the
mouse
old school
pad,
like
I had like
work
two layered.
office
This
mouse.
is like for me, like I'll show you a video.
I have the work
This
office
one
mouse
I have
and shit like
the
that.
special one here.
Oh, of
Oh,
course,
boy.
of course. Twan is showing a
And then it's
fucking
anime.
mouse pad that's full of anime characters,
But
and
this is
he's
what
also
use it, but
showing a
if
really
you,
cool mouse that's white and shit.
yeah.
Cause just saying for
I-
people who are listening. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know what's wrong about you with anime.
I'm not. I
Speaking-
never said anything about. Speaking of anime,
Yeah,
Twan and I were talking about fucking Redo a Healer
Why were
and
you
how-
okay? Also,
and
also,
how it
why
needs
you
an English
wanted
dub.
dub. Why you want to dub a redo healer? I want to know why.
Listen, you know how fantastic that shit would be? So imagine,
No.
hear me out. So
No.
a bunch of people, Redo a Healer is like an extremely sexual show, right? There's like
It's
a bunch of,
basically hentai.
there's like a sex scene every fucking episode. It's basically hentai at this point. Don't even worry about it. But if they made an English dub, why not just cast a bunch of
No.
porn actresses?
Who's gonna do it? You think porn is
Let
actually gonna do it?
let Funimation do it, bro.
You think Funimation
They're
actually
mature
gonna
enough. They're
feature
mature
it?
enough.
Ah, we're featuring redo healer dub version.
They're not.
featuring the porn stars.
Let Netflix
Texas
do it.
Eliza.
Let Netflix do it.
Who's okay? Who's gonna
Netflix,
be the main?
Netflix could take
you
on
think
that
the main
risk.
characters?
Do you
who's
know
gonna
how?
be the,
Do you know how big a market like that could open up for people?
No.
That would've been amazing.
No, I don't think so.
I would absolutely watch it if that were the case.
You want to watch a dub. That's what you want. You don't want to watch a sub.
I have watched. I have only watched it.
You
sub.
watch a sub because you don't want to read. You don't want to read the subtitles.
I only watched it sub to the like 5th episode.
You
or
don't even have to
6th
read the
episode.
subtitles. You can just watch without the subtitles. You wouldn't know what the fuck is going on. Just-
No, I don't. I don't know.
Oh,
If I were to watch that fucking show, fucking Redo a Healer, and without the subtitles, without me knowing what the fuck's going on, I would feel like there's like people just raping everyone, and these two girls just like to open themselves up to this guy. That's it, because that's how it happened.
It's funny. It's,
But the big guy with the glasses, he's a priest.
yes.
That guy's so weird.
Do you not see
Absolutely
the
weird.
cross?
I didn't know he was a priest though.
Yeah, he was a priest.
Oh my god. But the market for that is like so low. It's got
I
to be like
do-
a bunch of horny little motherfuckers who want to like listen
do
to porn
not-
stars moan and stuff. I guarantee you, if there was like a behind the scenes type shit, it's them actually getting fucked.
I don't think so.
I'm how do you? What I don't I understand people who sell a moaning.
I don't think. Okay, voicing. I think it's
Go on.
only just the sounds of emoting. I don't think they're gonna do it. But in video of porn, I think yes, I could see what you're trying to say. But I don't think in voice acting, it's a different story.
What, are you gonna get like famous voice actors to start doing some shit like that? I don't
Like
think so.
moaning, yes, that's what you think it do.
I don't
That's
think
how-
so.
Okay, like in that's in the hentai, right? Videos like voice actor wise, they just voice act like, you know how they do the licking stuff, Percy?
Go
The
on.
Joshi luck?
For Joshi
They
luck?
just
Oh.
they had a popsicle.
The girls just lick a popsicle.
They just slurp. Yeah, they're just licking the popsicle in
Oh
the fucking
my
mic.
God.
That's all I've been listening to this whole time. Sorry to break it to you guys. We're watching this. You've been jacking out to a girl.
A girl licking to a popsicle. No, they have
popsicle.
not. The sound is pretty good, but they're jerking off to the fucking content of it.
What the fuck
Yeah.
are you two talking about?
That's what they're jerking off to.
Percy wants this hentai anime to be a
so
dub
there's
version.
this anime
And
according
to
to
do it on
Twan,
Funimation.
You called
And
it
he
an
thinks
anime.
that it's
I
gonna
called it a
be
hentai.
biggest market right now for it. What do you
Wait,
think
what?
about
You open that
Yeah,
market
but
and
what?
then people are gonna like it. You make that shit live stream.
What are you
mainstream.
talking about?
So
This
Twan,
is-
so Twan likes this hentai, right? But he
This
calls
is
it an
not
anime. But he
I
calls it
didn't.
an
I never
anime.
said it.
You're
Yes, you
asking
did.
the wrong dude for this shit. I don't watch it. Anime.
I'm
I don't watch anime.
I'm not saying I like. I just
But here's the
saying
premise.
I'm only
Here's
seeing
so
where the
here's-
plot is going at the.
So here's the
That's
premise of
it.
the show, right? The guy's trying to get revenge, right? Because he's been raped and abused by the kingdom, right? He has the power to change himself. He's like really strong and all that, okay? That's what it is. And then he ends up taking over and changing the princess into like someone else who looks like someone else, right? A completely different form and stuff like that. And his entire quest is just to get revenge and fuck everything in his way.
Percy, you're missing.
But
one
that-
key
but
thing.
that
He
is the
went
key.
back in time to get his revenge.
Garbage.
You're missing that part because
It is
you're
still a bad
confusing
show.
40. You're still confusing 40.
40's not
regardless
gonna
of-
40 is not gonna watch the fucking anime.
I'm not saying
'cause
that.
the
At
anime is
least
weird.
make the story make sense of it. Why he
He's
getting
just
revenge
getting.
when he
It's
getting
like it's a
abused?
revenge anime. I don't even want to call it an anime because it's mainly a hentai.
Okay,
There's a
I'll say it.
censored and there's an uncensored version 40.
So
and
this
people
is the
keep
hentai
watching the
anime.
uncensored version for a
Basically,
reason.
guy,
What the fuck? Just keep going. I won't be able to keep up, bro.
It's so
you
stupid.
keep telling Percy. I guess I don't know.
All I know, the only thing I've seen so far is that he's getting revenge. He gets the princess, right, and the princess loses all her memories and then follows the main hero across the land to get revenge on all the people who wronged him. He ends up going to like a slave dealership or whatever. He goes to a slave dealership for a while, and then he sees like a fox lady. So what he does, not a fox lady, a wolf lady, excuse me. He goes to the wolf lady, and the wolf lady also wants revenge. So he buys the wolf lady. The wolf lady gets her revenge. The wolf lady is now loyal to him. He ends up fucking the wolf lady, and now both of them just keep like all three of them are fucking each other. That's what I'm reading so far. There's probably that's probably like much bigger than that, but that's all I'm hearing at the moment.
Okay.
The show's not that good, by the way.
Then why you want a dub? I don't get it.
I said making it dub would be interesting. That's what I'm saying.
I said it would not be interesting. It would be just the same premises.
I know. I'm saying that if they were to dub it, that's why I said if they were to dub it, they could use porn stars, and that would be such a new market.
I don't think it'd be a new market. I think it'd be the same thing.
Are you telling me?
Probably
Dude,
come under extreme scrutiny at that point.
if
Yeah.
people are sexualizing the fuck out of My Hero Academia on two straight people, then I
Okay,
guarantee
look,
you there's a market for people who are gonna jack off to that shit.
That's the fan base.
How is that different?
Okay,
How is that? That's still the market.
that's the fan base.
That's the market, though. That is the market.
But that's not how the plot goes.
Is that market big enough though?
No, Absolutely
Yeah.
not.
That's the point.
I refuse.
He's trying to make
I
a
refuse to
low
do that.
budget bitches.
But there's a market there. There's a market there. How much does it cost to dub it? And especially a shitty dub, of course, people are still gonna fucking watch
you
it.
gotta, Percy. It doesn't matter what
Redo
the
a
money.
Healer was popular
wonder-
because
I
of the
wonder who's
matter,
actually gonna
because of
do
the
it.
fact that it was so
If porn stars
fucking
gonna do,
edgy as hell.
do you think porn stars were gonna be like, yeah, I want to moan for the next 3 hours to voice all of this?
They have OnlyFans and all that. I don't know. They can do it. They can do it if they want to pay more.
I feel like
If it does
they have-
happen, if it ever does happen, if there ever is a redo a Healer, I'll probably watch the first episode and then I'll stop watching it.
I don't think porn actors, they have to be voice actors, because the voice actor could do much better than the porn stars. Just because it's professional.
Mm-hmm.
Because porn
So who
stars
do you-
are different than professional.
You want to get the voice actor of Queen Elizabeth?
You want Queen
Princess
Elizabeth?
Princess Elizabeth from Seven
You want
Deadly
Princess
Sins dub
Elizabeth?
to voice
Uh-huh.
the fucking princess?
You
I
want
don't
that?
know.
Yeah.
What's wrong with
What's
you?
next?
What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Explain
What's wrong
yourself.
with you?
Explain yourself, because you sounding really weird right now.
I'm asking you. You're the weird one here talking about making this a market.
But that's
for
just
porn
that's
stars.
just, that's just the anime scene, is what I'm saying. It's just that's all it is. I don't know if people are gonna watch it, but like the market could be there.
I don't think so. This.
But like
This
it
topic
would be
is gonna
fun,
die.
would it not? It would be
What's
hilarious.
this?
For me, it would be hilarious. I wouldn't watch it. I would probably watch the first episode, but then because I already seen the first episode, and the first episode I think is the best one, or maybe the second one.
The first one's the best one.
The first one's the best one because it's so out of left field for an anime, in my opinion. Because I had barely watched anime, so it was so out of left field for me that I feel like it would work out. But the problem here is the fact that not many people would want to watch it because maybe they do a shitty dub.
Anything can be a shitty dub. Think about the Ghost Story episode.
What?
You ever heard the Ghost Story
No.
anime?
No.
Okay. Do you know the rabbit? The
rabbit?
rabbit scene? Okay.
I don't know it.
Okay, I'll show you.
You don't have to show me if we're talking.
No. So the story goes like this. The girl is talking to the rabbit, right? And the rabbit forces to be, touch me.
Oh my
And the
god.
rabbit considers like, touch me harder. Those are just the two memes that's just so left field for me. I love it.
Just out of left field for you, where they were like touch me
Yeah.
harder.
I like that. It's so shit, but it's just funny to me. But if you haven't
That's
watched
so
Ghost Stories, I recommend you go watch a dub.
It's an
Definitely.
anime, you said?
Yes, Ghost Stories.
Ghost Stories? Anime? Fuck that.
Yes. Speaking of that, 40, you watch Sailor Moon? You ever heard of that one?
Do you
You
watch
ever heard of
Sailor
Sailor
Moon
Moon?
Party?
No, I don't watch anime.
Oh.
What do you watch? What are you watching? Do you watch anything?
Not really. Other than history documentaries, no.
History doc. Have you heard of the documentary called Conspiracy?
No, I don't do conspiracies.
But it's a documentary. It's a history documentary.
Right, but I'm more concerned with like actual history than like
That is
battles,
history. That is history.
Oh, I see.
campaigns.
Yeah, I see. It's where like you like dominant, like with facts.
Have you
what's
seen
going
Peter
on.
Jackson's "They Will Not Grow Old"?
I'm more concerned with getting good at the recorded history than getting into the theories. Like I want to debates or like stuff about historical stuff that I'm not good at in some way.
Have you seen Peter Jackson's "They Will Not Grow Old"? Have you seen that?
No.
one?
No.
That's a pretty
No.
good documentary. You should watch that. Have you seen
What is it about?
about World War One? How they were talking about World War One and stuff, and there's a shit ton of footage that they managed to remaster and put out in like 1080p, I think.
Hmm.
So like that's like also pretty good.
Well, I've probably seen the content, probably
I think it won an Oscar.
probably did because I know there's a lot of people who use some pretty darn good quality footage of the war.
No, but yeah, the documentary I heard is pretty good. So I have only seen a couple minutes of it because I think it's a 2 hour long documentary. At that point, it's like an entire film, stuff like that. Have you seen? Have you seen 1917? Have you or have you not? 40. 40. Twan. Oh my days. I think they both just lagged out for a second. So I gotta make sure that things are looking good. Oh. Or I think I must have lagged out for a second. Let me test it one more time. So that's now a little hiccup in the entire podcast episode. Let me see if I can get it to work though. Why did I just lag out though? That's what I don't make sense of. I think I just lagged out of the fucking thing. Or I think my internet connection might be a bit bad. But that's so weird. It was working a bit earlier today, so I don't understand.
Education for
I'm back.
with no fees.
My
Oh,
my connection just went
I
up
was
to
wondering what you think about it.
my connection went up to 5,000 ping.
What's the core premise of it again?
It's the workers pay for privileged students with the workers versus students.
So what are privileged students?
It's just,
We got it back and running.
I guess people going to university just what education should be free with no fees or whatever. You know how Joe Biden wanted to make everything like a free education or so on. I thought if you work, you know, I thought when you think about it, I was asking Percy.
I mean, here's the thing. If
I was wondering Percy because he had to work too.
Yeah,
for a
I
whole
think
year.
I think people who haven't gotten to university, like I don't think it's fair to have the last generation who all had to pay for it, have to pay for the next generation. It's a little bit scuffed. If but the better way to do it is maybe have like this first generation of college workers who end up going of college students who end up going, and then once they start getting in high paying jobs, then those people will be the ones paying for the next generation. You know what I mean? Like only the because I don't think it's fair to have like I don't think it's fair to have people who haven't gotten the opportunity to go to college themselves
Yeah.
have to pay for others. And also, I mean, does everyone really need to go to college?
I don't
Like,
think.
But college doesn't matter that much anymore. I mean,
I was saying
it used to matter. It used to matter a lot back then because barely anyone used to go to college. But now it seems that everyone's going to college and in such a huge debt that like a fucking doctorate or a bachelor's, for that matter, doesn't even matter at a job interview anymore. There have been stories
it's
of people.
work experience.
Yeah, there's like been stories of people who, as soon as they're done with their bachelor's or doctorate, and they go out and start finding a job, they can barely find one.
Right, because it's saturated. Because everybody wants to be a doctor or a lawyer.
But like, why a doctor?
And there's so many people doing it that there's like not enough jobs for those.
I'm in a different field. I want to be an architect, but in order to be an architect, there's like rarely any fucking programs in this state. Because the only one is like Virginia Tech, and they're barely doing anything right there.
Yep. So.
Yeah.
That's why I said I'll probably
colleges are a little bit weird. Like
I mean,
I go to community college. Does that count?
I'm doing like what?
What is the difference between?
I mean, here's the thing. If here's the thing. If it's either because if everyone's gonna go to college, then what's gonna make a manager want to
The work experience.
what's gonna prompt a manager to pay the person who's college educated more than the other? If they all are just
Doing the same thing.
right, if they all have the same level,
Then why would I
I
pay
mean,
this? Why would I need to pay more than
right. So then you're now getting paid minimum wage for doing 6 more years of school.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um,
But it's so
I
weird to me.
mean,
That's why college
I'm going to
doesn't
college
matter
because
as much anymore.
I'm taking computer science, so I need
it's look. You should go to college if you have to, if it's necessary.
I need to.
Like if you want to, if I want to study foreign policy, then I have to go because it's a prerequisite. But
Yeah.
if you got becoming like something like
I'm gonna be an architect.
if
I
you
need to go
don't
to
have to go to
I mean,
like
I could just go work and do that, but I need my degree.
But you need to
or
also
do-
work to get yourself
Yeah,
at
yeah.
least in a
I
better
want it.
shape than somebody else who's just been studying.
Yeah, yeah. That's not. I mean, yeah. I understand that. I'm
Come on,
just saying.
listen. So here's this. 40. I don't know how you would do it, right? But you got two great candidates, right? They both been studying. They both went to the same school. They both studied the same thing. They have like the same hours of studying and all that, right? Of studying, working at school and stuff like that, right?
so they're both like A students.
Yeah. However, one of them has been working while he's going to school, and he's been working like almost the entirety of the time. The other person has just been fixated on school itself, right? Would you hire the guy who has more work experience or the guy
that's a
who's
little skewered. That's a little bit skewered.
or the
'cause
guy who's
obviously,
just
I'm gonna go for the work guy.
No, but I'm saying, when you have somebody who's been in the working field for a long time,
I know.
and
But
understands the ins and
work
outs.
it. Another thing would be like, would you pick somebody who has been working as an electrical engineer
Go on.
for 5+ years, but isn't college educated, like doesn't have a degree, or would you pick someone who has a college degree in electrical engineering or mechanical engineering, but doesn't have any work experience? Yeah.
But
I
here's the
would
thing.
take the one. I would take the one with the work experience. 'Cause
Rather,
they already have a hands-on regardless.
that's why you
Right.
gotta go find a job, one. That's why I keep telling you to go find a job instead of going to school.
like trust me,
I'm doing computer science. Is not. I'm working on-
college,
Get
like
a
I
field
think, college is useful, but there's the cost and what you get out of it. And are you getting less than what you're paying for, or is the standard lowering?
At my not
I'm
univer-
getting
not,
out of
at
it.
my
I have,
community
I
college,
have my
they just
plan
give
of
you
what
an
I'm doing,
associate's
but
degree.
after I'm getting out of my degree, I'm just like
Over for me, they just give me an associate's
my
degree.
plan is probably different than yours personally. Of course I'm gonna get a job.
No, I'm not talking about plan. I'm talking about the employer and looking at who to hire. It doesn't matter what your plan is if the employer is gonna be looking at you and being like, "All right."
I mean,
who's this and
you
that?"
can't just learn. I don't know. It's a little bit hard to just learn computer coding. Like I don't know.
If you learn it on your own, then that's pretty cool. But like, does that make
It's
you
cool,
better?
but like,
Does that make you
what are the
better
odds
than
of
somebody who went to school or something? I don't know. I can't
I
say
don't
it
know.
myself because I'm not an employer, HR director. So I'm not the one who's hiring people. But the people who are hiring people, I've been reading about it for like a little bit, right? But there's only like small information that I get from it. But most of them are all like, depending on the work experience and the education, it's mainly about the work experience and somewhat about the education. I don't know. It's only some of the things that I read, so I can't say it's all of them.
a little bit of both. I need to
I mean,
find a job that includes my career and also do school at the same time. You know what I'm trying to get at?
I mean, I don't see why when you go to college. I think part of your college like degree should be going out and working, as in like getting internships, because you're just learning stuff on a piece of paper
In my opinion,
and getting tested on it, and who knows if that's actually applicable. Like I think colleges should probably ramp up their work experience department.
In my experience, internship should be illegal. It makes no sense. You get what? You get knowledge out of giving coffee to one of your coworkers. That's fucking bullshit. I do not.
But
That's so dumb, in my opinion. It makes no
I mean, no,
sense to do an internship.
the way I see internships is again like go into an old man's place and tell them I will work for you for free for 50 hours,
That's
and you come out without any money, but you come up with the experience to make the
what
money.
the experience you would have got if you still got paid.
Right.
You're doing
But-
work to benefit the company, but you don't get paid in return. But they call it an internship because you get
I
an experience.
think
That's
I
basically
think,
getting
I think
a
it'd be
job.
beneficial in my case.
That's
if I was
basically getting
doing
a
that,
job for you, in my opinion.
I mean, some internships do pay you. The internships here
I
do
know,
pay you.
and those are that's a job. I understand. That's a good internship. But then there's some
No, but
companies who are
internships
so
are like
high
kind
off
of
on
like
themselves.
part-time jobs. They're sponsored by the school for the most part.
yeah,
But they don't. They need to get paid in some regards.
I don't.
Because it makes
I
no
mean,
sense if you're
isn't-
working part time to help to benefit the company and make the company money, but you don't get any of the money in return.
But
But
what
the-
if
but the
what
excuse
if part of the
is
what
that-
if what if the internship is like, oh, we're not gonna have class for a month, and you're gonna go work for them. That's gonna be part
What?
of your. That will be part of your studies.
What do you,
I
what
Like it's not a job; it's part of your class.
are you helping a company?
Yeah, most likely. Yeah.
Then you should get paid for it.
But you're getting the work experience that will help you
I
get
get the
money in
work
future.
experience and also get paid.
I think
But then why
That's
would
why-
but
that's
then why
why-
would
that's
the
why
but then why
companies-
would but then
that's why
why would the
companies
company
ask you-
agree to doing the internship to begin with? If they're
I
gonna
feel
have
Because they
I
get
feel
free
like-
labor.
I know it's free labor, but
They get free
I
labor
think
and it
what
benefits
40's
their
getting out of it,
company
if I
for
can
it.
get the experience, I'd be able to have. I'll
It's
be able to
unjust in my
find more
opinion.
jobs with that experience by that company than getting paid.
Like,
Because getting paid, you need to be
I lost $1,000 that I would have gotten if they paid me, but at least now I can get $50,000 in the future because I now know how to operate a certain system.
Yeah, that's what 40's getting at.
No, they take an advantage of you, 40.
I know it's
But it's not like you're not coming out of it with something as well.
yeah.
Some people
you're
barely
getting
get out of it at all.
I know, I get what you mean. Why would I do without pay? I said that myself the same thing. But if I think about practically, I would get my experience without the money. That way, I can have the knowledge of my experience, and when I get to interview and show my internship and my work, they just know that I had a lot of experience. In the end, I get experience, right? Like you said. Would you rather, like you said, the same sample, right? Would you rather have someone with the same education, the same career, but one just goes to work with the work experience, one just straight up education wise? Who will you choose for that position of the job? And you said the work experience, correct? That's why the same thing. If I go into the ship and get the work experience, I would get this work experience and be able to find a better job with that experience I had, even if the internship doesn't pay me.
No.
So I don't. I think you're confusing. I understand like some internship needs to be paid, but
you get work experience regardless of anything that you do for a company. But you're putting your hard work into the company. The least the company can do is get you paid, so then you can at least benefit yourself either with food or with housing, depending on how you're doing,
okay,
right?
yeah.
But the moment you call it an internship, it's a free labor. You get experience that you're gonna forget in the next 5 to 10 years when you're doing your other job.
What do you mean by
People
forget it?
change. So a majority of people say they want to go enter a field, but they end up doing another field.
Well, that's not for everybody though.
That's just
That is like a majority of people in the world. If you stick to what you're
Not
saying,
really.
if you
If you're that far into the field where you're starting to do internships, you're kind of just shooting yourself in the foot at that point.
Mhm.
Like I don't think people change fields all that often. They change it early on whenever they're in their freshman college. Or they go into a field that's very similar to the field they're currently taking, and that's where they can switch. But they don't just switch to a random, completely different that has no applicable aspects or common.
As I was thinking, like your way of thinking is way different from mine. So our perspectives are two different ways to think about it. I understand your way,
Go on.
but my ways would be more
But
different. Speaking
that's.
of ways,
But you can't just say that you're not gonna do something and then like do complete opposite of it.
I'm not saying that. I could still understand your feelings. I can still understand it, but I'm still gonna argue that I will take the internship even if I don't want to, even if I don't get paid. I want
Because that internship would mean you can get a good job in the future that somebody else might take it.
yeah.
That's how I'm looking at it. Like, yeah,
I
sure, I'm not getting paid for my hard work for the next month or so, but but that will allow me to get a job in the future that will let me recuperate these losses that I would have gotten if I had just worked. And who knows, maybe that company will end up hiring you after that internship. And it's considering that most college students don't, um, and considering that most college students end up with a bunch of debt after school, and or they just don't find a job after that, I take the internship that will increase my odds of getting a job in the competitive market
yeah
that's dwindling in jobs and opportunity, than not than just get some short term money that will just end up going into my huge debt.
yeah.
I
Because
see. I see.
it's anybody has their own differences. Like what's good to get experience, what to not get experience. It's all things, but overall, I feel like most you need experience regardless.
Here's the thing: in the theater industry, which is generally you need some sort of college degree for that. I've seen people who don't even get a college degree, but because they've been working and they know the right people, and that's also internships. Internships, you get to know you get to know people that will end up doing and help you in the future.
Yeah,
Um,
Mm-hmm.
so again, it sucks that you're not getting paid, and yes, you're probably getting ripped for your labor,
Do you
but
think it's okay
it's
for the moment? Be all like, you know what? I'm
it's
not getting paid
okay
for the moment.
as long as I have the prospect to work in
Okay.
the future with that experience I've gotten.
Okay. I
That's what
understand.
internships are. I mean,
as long as
that's
I can,
basically.
as long if I can get out of it.
Now it depends. What exact if they're having me do like here's the internships if they're the thing. It depends what the internship consists of. If
Go
the
on.
internship is actually like being attached or being assigned some sort of like guider
Yeah.
or someone who you work with
Mm-hmm.
and someone who like shows you the ropes of
Yeah,
how they operate on a daily basis. I don't think you should necessarily get work because you're just getting like an in-person one-on-one lesson.
You.
But if they're having you do a bunch of shit that they should be doing and it's not your job to do, then yeah, sure, I think you should be getting paid for that.
Oh, okay.
If
I
they're
see.
having you like fucking clean the floors or some shit,
that's
or
that's that's
fix mistakes that their people should be not
doing.
doing or it's
Yeah,
their job to do,
yeah.
Huh.
then yes, you should be getting paid for that.
Okay. Well, all right then, boys. I think I'm. I think we're gonna have to end it there because I gotta go do a bunch of shit. Do you guys want to do this next week or in a couple of days or something?
Sure,
I'm
yeah.
sure.
Just let me know.
I'll be down. All right, but yeah, that's about it for the people. Luis said the German has a point.
Germ has a point.
The German does not does have a
German has
point.
a point.
All right. All right. I guess I'm gonna end it.